We wrap up the 2017 Conference USA Kickoff presented by Under Armour with a team that has an opportunity to do something nobody has ever done in Conference USA. Nobody has won 3 consecutive titles, but Western Kentucky will have that opportunity to defend their 2 previous titles this season. And joining us from Western Kentucky, their new head coach, Coach Sanford, good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you too, Ron.
Also joining us is somebody who probably doesn't need any introduction, quarterback Mike White. White was Conference USA Newcomer of the Year last season. Welcome.
How's it going?
Good. And also joining us, linebacker Joe L. Are you ready for this? Now, I've got it. I've been practicing this, Iggy, okay?
We're waiting.
E.A. Buniwe?
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. E.A. Buniwe.
For a Swedish guy, I think that's pretty
Pretty
good.
good.
Coach, I'll come to you. You obviously have a great pedigree with your dad being a head coach. What, though, attracted you to Western Kentucky?
It's a great place. I had a chance to be a coach there 7 years ago as an assistant for Willie Taggart, and got exposed to a great community and in a program that really had just unlimited potential to grow into a program that is going to be nationally known. And I think that's where we're still building. And these guys that are sitting here to my left are a part of that labor of lifting this program into complete national relevance. And there was so much promise back in 2010. Much of that promise has been realized in that 7 years. And I look forward to taking this program with these guys and with this staff to unforeseen heights.
Well, this is a program that has had great success. They're just one of 13 teams with double-digit wins the last 2 years. You also have an 8-game winning streak. How tough is it to come into a program that has had so much, if it is tough, that has had so much success and try to continue that and even better it?
You know, I think the thing we just get to is get back to work. The only way that we're going to be able to sustain the success and even get that to another level is by working even harder than they had in the past, which was very hard and very smart. And I think that's what we've been about. Is our mantra is we work, and that's how we earn our stripes. And we have a large target on our back right now. Everybody knows that Western Kentucky is the back-to-back champs.
So I read an article and I thought it was very interesting. You said this team is fun to be around, and the relationships you have built in a short period of time has been significant. Talk about coming in and establishing relationships with these players.
Well, the day and age we live in, I played not too long ago myself. This is a relational generation. They want to know that, number one, you can help them get better, but number two, that you really do care about them as people and you care about their future. And our whole staff's done an incredible job of building those relationships, and even just being down here at Media Days with Mike and Iggy, just to build that relationship with 2 of our leaders in our football program. We have a fun time together, even if it's eating about 2.5 pounds of barbecue meat at Heart 8 yesterday in Coppell.
Oh, so yeah, baby.
Pretty dang good.
There's one about a mile from my house. That's just like grocery city for me. I like that. I want to talk about your offense because I think the misnomer is that Western Kentucky comes out and just throws the ball all over the place. When I started breaking down the numbers, this team is more balanced than you think. 487 rush attempts, 471 pass attempts. Only a 16 difference. Is that a misnomer people think about Western Kentucky?
Well, this talented quarterback that's sitting here to my left would probably lead me to believe that we should probably throw it about 1,000 and run it about 6 times. Yeah. But I think that's a hallmark of a championship football program is balance offensively, defensively being able to stop the run, and also limit big plays and create turnovers. So I think we got a really talented offensive line that's young, that's developing, but I also feel like our running back position is very strong. We have what I believe to be one of the best quarterbacks in college football, one of the most talented quarterbacks in college football, and so we're gonna have to ride this great talent, and he would want it no other way. And we're gonna make sure that Mike White is able to push the ball down the field just like he does incredibly well.
Well, he did that last year. How much tweaking do you do? Do you give it a little more Boise State type offense? But I mean by that more shifts, motions, maybe some more option looks. Do you change any of that? Yeah,
I think the biggest thing is that my own personal experience around offensive football, being at Stanford, being at Boise State, being at Notre Dame, those 3 experiences I think really have kind of formed my offensive philosophy. But Junior Adams, our offensive coordinator who came from Boise State, he is running the offense. He's calling the plays. I'm going to be heavily involved with that. Now that we're getting straight to football time, it's time to get in the trenches and get back to just straight coaching ball. We've done enough appearances in the community, to have shaken a lot of hands, and now I get to do what I love to do the most, and that's being around these guys and coaching football.
I think you talk to any offensive coach and offensive players, first down is probably the most important down. And when Went back and started looking at some of the stats. Western Kentucky averaged 8.9 yards on first down.
Wow.
The second best in the FBS was nearly a yard behind, and that was South Florida. Pretty impressive to come out, get that big number right off the bat.
Yeah, first down efficiency is incredibly important, particularly the first play of a series. That's a statistic that I don't think it looks at too much. We call it P in 10, possession in 10. What do you do offensively and what do they do defensively? And I think Western Kentucky and under Mike's leadership as a quarterback has been very effective, very efficient on first down, and we want to continue that.
Speaking of Mike Sr., your father, is also part of the staff, running back and special teams coach. Was it hard? And I don't mean to be funny, but it was hard convincing him to come and work for you.
Well, yeah, I mean, he left a really good situation. He was a head football coach at Indiana State. Within the last 3 years, he guided that program to their first FCS playoff victory in dang near 30 years. So he had built his own legacy there. But this is an awesome opportunity for him to get back to doing what he loves to do, and that's coaching a position, being the running back coach. Sometimes when you're a head coach, you lose sight of the ability to actually develop an individual skill. And him being a running back coach and then also having a chance to coordinate our special teams, I thought that was incredibly important for us to have a great voice in front of the team with 40-plus years of experience, because that special teams is the crossroads of your football program. Your offensive players, your defensive players, that is where everybody really does come together.
Well, Western Kentucky is more than just an offensive team, because you had the nation's second-best rushing defense in the FBS behind somebody called Alabama.
Pretty good up front.
I'd say so. How is it going to change this year, and what do you have coming back defensively?
Well, first off, we have a group of players on defense that I know right now they're foaming at the mouth, they're chomping at the bit, they're drooling, they can't wait to just get back to playing some football and hitting somebody. Joel Iegbunaway here and Masai White and Ben Holt. Some incredibly talented linebackers. Really like what we have up in the defensive line. Chris Johnson, one of the best defensive tackles in our conference, no doubt about it. And Derek Overstreet, Tanner Reeves coming off the edge. I like our personnel, but more importantly, I like the way that the scheme matches the personnel. And Clayton White from NC State brought in a great scheme, one that I've had a chance to coach against at Notre Dame in a really tough game, defensive struggle, Notre Dame versus NC State in that hurricane last year. I had a chance to see that scheme firsthand, and I'll tell you what, it fits what we have really well. And I think you're going to see a defense that is going to make Bowling Green and Western Kentucky fans very happy.
I think the players may be getting a little antsy. I didn't forget about you guys. Trust me, I really did.
Yeah, they're used to me talking so much. Let's let these guys get the floor a little bit.
Rule number one: always go with the big guy first.
Always.
Hey, Mike, I want to talk to you. There's second returning passer in the FBS behind Baker Mayfield of Oklahoma. Last season, when did you know or feel that it was really clicking the way you wanted it to click? Was there one point in the season?
Yes, I do. I think first, obviously, Rice, we came out and we started off a little inconsistent and hit our stride and had a good game that game. But I still think we were kind of working out the kinks the first couple games. And actually, that Louisiana Tech game, we ended up going there and we lost. I think we kind of caught our stride as an offense there. And as a team, we kind of took it upon ourselves then. We realized our future's in our hands now. We have to win out if we want to accomplish our goals. So I think as a team, that's where it started. We kind of put our foot down and said, all right, let's do what we know we can do.
You're losing a couple of receivers and some players on the offensive line. But losing receivers from your standpoint, does that mean you have to spend extra time back in the spring and now in the summer working with the guys that are stepping into that position?
Exactly. As a senior quarterback, I kind of take it upon myself is to get those guys going and get them ready to play. And they've been awesome. They want to do it. They want to put in the work. They want to be the next Taewon Taylor, the next Nicholas Norris, and so they've been awesome, and we've been grinding it out.
523 yards total offensive game last season for Western Kentucky. Okay, talk about the tweaks between the system last year and this year.
I think one thing that we've at least in spring so far is we come out in a lot of different personnel groups and formations, and I think that's fun. This would be my third offense, and it's awesome. You get to learn. You get to learn from a guy like Coach and a guy like Coach Adams, and you get to pick their brains and just learn from a new offense. So I think we've taken it on in stride, and we want to learn it, and we want to get better, and we want to perfect the offense.
Iggy, I want to talk to you about the defense, because when you look at the numbers, Only 97 yards you guys gave up running the football last year. It seems like you hung your hat on stopping the run and forcing teams out of their comfort zone.
Absolutely, absolutely. Stopping the run was crucial for us last year. We took pride in that. We felt that if we could stop the run, that would help. That would help with the rest of the offense, with the rest of the game plan. So stopping the run was for sure extremely important for us.
Coach was talking about the different scheme that you're entering right now. Does that change your role any? What you have to do?
Yeah. With the new scheme we're in, I'm gonna have to do a little things different from last year. But I feel like it's a good scheme. It's good for the offenses that we play, the looks that we're gonna get. So, I'm excited about what Coach White has for us.
Now, the fact that Western Kentucky has had so much success from your standpoint from last year, obviously, in the year before that, what type of responsibility does that put on you? And I'll start with you first.
Yeah. With coming off from last year, we feel that with the bullseye on our back, that we have to live up to it. You can say it's pressure, you can say whatever you want, but we're excited about the challenge. We have new challenges that we want this year, and so we're ready to get this thing rolling, man.
How about you, Mike?
Yeah, kind of to piggyback on what Iggy says, it's fun to kind of start on top and stay on top. That's the goal, is to mature as a team and handle that pressure. If you don't have any pressure, it's not fun. If there's not something to work towards and work for, then what are you really doing it for? So I think we got a mature team that is going to be able to handle that pressure and take care of business.
Okay, I've got to ask you guys about this because I know I'm going to have him answer too. He tailors specific music for each practice period. Hard rock, rap, country, electronic dance. You've got to be kidding me.
Yep.
Okay, which one do you hate the most? Which of the music?
I'm not a big rock guy, so.
Oh, really?
But some of the linemen are, so whatever gets them pumped up, I'm all for.
Iggy, how about you? What don't you like?
Same, rock, electric. You said electric.
Electric dance music,
Yeah,
I was told.
those two
that's
for
the best
sure.
one.
Yeah.
That's the best
That's the best
one.
one.
Sure.
That's the best
Okay,
one.
coming from a skateboard freak from when he was young, I mean, I want to see the picture of the spiked hair, though.
Oh, it's a bad look.
Is it really?
Yeah,
It's one of- yeah, you-
everybody goes through an awkward phase. I was stuck in that awkward phase for a good 3-4 years. Bad time in my life.
Mine was a Little Lord Fauntleroy haircut because I used to take and curl it where it go like this.
You
And my
lost
hair was
the
down to here.
you lost the saw at Little Lord.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sherwin-Williams paint. Look at the Sherwin-Williams paint
Okay, all
can.
right.
That was me.
I know Sherwin-Williams.
Yeah, I was Sherwin-Williams paint can. What made you do that with the music?
I don't know. Honestly, I was there was a section in the practice plan, the face of the practice plan that was not being used. It was for the video guy, and it said film on it. And I looked at it. It was every practice. It was empty for the first 3-4 practices. I'm like, I'm going to change the header of that and make it music. And so I started having some fun with it, and I get down to certain periods or actually certain artists. So Fridays, Cowboy Friday around our building. So
I like that.
we make sure it's got a heavier emphasis on country music. I understand that these guys don't love hard rock, but I think it's important for them to understand a little bit more about Metallica and Lamb of God and some of these great bands that they've missed out on. So, just trying to diversify their portfolio from a music standpoint, and I think they really have.
See, when I was young, hard rock was Dave Clark 5 and the Beatles. So,
Come on, you are not.
okay, what's your favorite though? The music.
Rap.
Is it really?
What artist?
Who? Okay, that's
Future?
That's you put me on the spot. Future's up there. Drake's up there.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mike, your favorite?
Like I said, I like the EDM stuff because it just kind of goof around with. But sometimes we have Spanish music, and it reminds me of being back
Salsa,
home.
maybe.
Yeah, reggaeton.
Reminds me of being
Get
back
the
home a little
reggaeton.
bit.
I saw
I,
that.
I like the reggaeton. So that's my South Florida.
That's nice. That's
we
nice.
kind of have Cowboy Friday and Florida Friday, so it's kind of mix the two.
I like the salsa music.
Yeah.
Big
not
Florida
bad.
Friday
We,
fan.
we
Yeah.
call that happy music in my family.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, you don't want to see me salsa though. They tried to teach me how to merengue and salsa.
You got a great opportunity right
Yeah,
here.
come over to
with a
practice.
worldwide audience.
Only if you show me the picture of the spiked hair.
I'm gonna have to dig for that one.
Yeah, really. Hey, gentlemen, I appreciate it. Mike, good
That
to
was
have
fun,
you in
Ron.
the conference, my friend.
Absolutely.
Good to have you guys. Stay
sir.
healthy this year. Look forward to
you.
covering you.
Thank you.
And that wraps up 2017 Kickoff presented by Under Armour for everybody here at Conference USA, including all the players and coaches. I'm Ron Thulin. Thanks for joining us, and we can't wait for the season to start.